Good evening. This is Rick Ackerman, editor of Rick's Picks. And tonight I'd like to look at the E-mini S&Ps, a good proxy for the S&P 500 futures contract. We've been seeing fluctuations that are attributed each day in the news to the rising and falling hopes for a trade deal between the U.S. and China. But this is obviously an absurdity, because the trade wars began well more than a year ago. And of course, the market is trading at much higher levels. It suggests that come hell or high water, and irrespective of the trade deal ups and downs, the stocks have had a mind of their own. We're in a bull market, and that's why they're moving higher. And although trade war talks and tweets from our president can influence the price movement for, well, sometimes minutes, sometimes an hour, or even two. But as you can see in this chart, the main trend has been up. And even when we've had corrections that are usually attributed to some negative tweet on the trade negotiations, you'll see that it's perfectly normal in the context of an ongoing bull market to make these adjustments. So what you want to keep in mind is that the supposed tail wags the dog. And in my view of things, the headlines tend to fit price action, so that on a given day, if the market goes up seemingly in the face of negative news on the trade front, it will tend to color our perception of the tweet or the news as being more positive. So if we put aside all the anxieties that thinking about the trade talks brings, we can look at a very simple pattern here. This is what I call a reverse ABC pattern, and it suggests that the S&P futures are on the way to a minimum 3136.25. So that's 15 points above where it's currently trading. And I think there's a very high probability that we're going to get to that number. In fact, even when it hit the green line, it triggered a theoretical buy signal for a move to that price. And in fact, some Rick's Picks subscribers made hay with it and got long down at the green line, took about a 16-point ride to the red line before they took profits. Because of the way that the first bar that made contact to the upside with that midpoint hidden pivot, the red line, the way it blew through it, very strongly supports the prediction that this thing has at least another 15 points to rise. But there are more useful details that we can glean from this chart and price action, namely that if we see the rally take out that the D target of this pattern, 3136.25, and do it easily, or especially if we see a two-day close above that number, it would almost lock up the likelihood of a move to new record highs. And we're only 5 days beyond the last record high, and there's no reason to think that the one that we had is going to be the mother of all tops. So I think we're going to blow through to new highs. And even if we get up in record territory and we have some sort of negative tweet and it starts falling, I wouldn't worry too much that it is a buy the rumor, sell the news event. It will probably be read as that, and everybody's going to get a little more bearish than they should be. But I don't think it will impact the bull market itself. So if we get a sell-off on the news, I would look at that as a buying opportunity. So that is about it for today. We'll be back at you next Tuesday. These presentations are each Tuesday and Thursday. And if you'd like to be notified when I go live, just click the like button on the Rick's Picks Facebook page. Also, if you're more interested in learning more details about the hidden pivot method that I use to trade and forecast, I would suggest that you go to my website, rickackerman.com. That's where Rick's Picks takes place every day. But just go to rickackerman.com, and at the top, click free trial. You don't need to leave a credit card number. No credit card information is required. Just your name and address, and you will be instantly given access to all paid subscriber features at Rick's Picks. Be sure to come in the chat room. It's an amazing place because we have so many people in there who speak the same language, so to speak. They are all conversant in the hidden pivot method, and it's you'd be amazed at what 50 people can do when they're focused on the same technical methodology. So there are a lot of really good real-time trading opportunities that pop up in the chat room, and we've got a very helpful bunch in there that is really great about sharing opportunities as they occur. So again, that's rickackerman.com. Just click free trial at the top of the page, and that's it for now. I will see you again on Tuesday, and you all have a very pleasant weekend.